Anyway, so there's no teleprompter, so I apologize for looking down. I did not memorize my speech. It's no coincidence that I was on tour and that I happened to be in Moscow the day that Pussy Riot went on trial for being arrested for hooliganism for singing less than 2 minutes of their song Punk Prayer in a church. This song criticized Vladimir Putin's regime and his regime's blatant intolerance of gay rights, artistic freedom, freedom of speech, and human rights in general. Boo, that is right, boo. I was shocked and outraged when I heard about this, and I spoke about it openly on stage the next night during my show. And for this, I received several death threats, and suddenly my security guards tripled in number. From there we went to St. Petersburg, where another atrocity was taking place. My show was being advertised and damned by the same regime for being a gay show. Yeah, and for promoting homosexuality, which I have been known to do. Anyway, all the people performing in my show, working in my show, including myself, were threatened and told that we may be arrested if we were seen encouraging this gay behavior in my show. Needless to say, I did not change one moment or second of my show. And I was not arrested. Unfortunately, I was sued for $1 million for this criminal act, and 87 members of my audience were arrested for openly displaying more gay behavior. Okay? Whatever that means. Boo. Okay, boo. That's all. 1, 2, 3. Boo. Okay, so now here we are, 2 years later. Pussy Riot is out of jail. Hey! Oh yeah! Thanks not only to Amnesty International's 220,000 efforts, but for millions of voices, actions, and demonstrations around the world from people who care about human rights. Thank you. And that's why we are all here tonight, everybody, to celebrate human rights, correct? Yeah. But isn't it strange that we have the phrase human rights in our lexicon? Because it's not something we should have to fight for. I mean, the right to be free, to speak our minds, to have an opinion, to love who we want to love, to be who we are, do we have to fight for that? That's bullshit. Boo. Now we say boo. Boo. Alright? I've always considered myself a freedom fighter since the early 80s, when I realized I had a voice and I could sing more than songs about being a material girl or feeling like a virgin. And I have definitely paid for and been punished for speaking my mind and for sticking my neck out for this kind of discrimination. But that's okay. What I realized when I went to Russia and saw what was going on with Pussy Riot in this trial, and what was going on with the gay community, was how lucky I was and am to live in a country where I can speak my mind. Where I can, yes, I know, America's not perfect, it's true, but I can speak my mind. I can criticize the government. I can speak out against religious fundamentalists. Okay? And I don't have to fear being thrown in jail. Not yet, anyway. I do not take this freedom for granted, and neither should you. Okay? So, the 2 members of Pussy Riot that I'm about to introduce do not have this right in the country they come from. They do not share this freedom with me. So they must be commended for their courage and for their fearlessness. Hey, that was good, Henry. You can do better than that. They must be commended. For their willingness to fight for what they believe in, regardless of the consequences. I can only imagine the injustices that they had to endure during their 2 years in separate penal colonies, and I know that they do not regret their choices or their decisions, and that they would make this sacrifice again. Can I get a hell yeah? Okay. So, it's time for the rest of the world to be as brave as Pussy Riot, to stand up against people like President Putin, other leaders and organizations that do not respect human rights and perpetuate oppression, discrimination, and injustice of any kind. Boo. Boo. We all have a moral obligation to stand up for anyone that's being persecuted, whether it's down the street from us or on the other side of the world. Hell yeah! So, a big thank you to Amnesty International for their endless support of this very important issue. And finally, and at last, it is my privilege and my honor, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce Masha and Nadia from Pussy Riot.